Well, hello there, ladies and gents. I'm Tammy Subnewski, and thank you so much for popping by my channel. This is going to be a little bit of a different video for me. It's going to be more along the lines of something that you might find on DSLR Video Shooter. So if you guys don't know that channel, Caleb Pike's channel, DSLR Video Shooter, is amazing. I binge watch a lot of his videos. And what makes him so impressive is that if he has a problem in his studio, he runs the camera and he basically problem solves his issue right there in front of the camera. He walks you through on how you can solve some of the same issues. So that's what I'm going to do in this particular video. I am going to solve my bad audio issue right here in front of the camera. So in case you guys don't know, last week, LumaTouch actually gave me a shout out on their Twitter feed. And to say that I'm honored would be an absolute understatement. However, that video is probably one of my least favorite videos in my entire lineup. Had I known that they were going to post that video on their Twitter feed, I would have done my hair and makeup. I would have wore a nicer shirt. I had a sweatshirt on and a baseball hat. Oh my gosh. But not only that, my audio was absolute crap. So here's the thing. I have a lot of microphones. You know, there's just no reason why my audio is just not crisp and absolutely impeccable in all of my videos. And my only excuse is I've become lazy and complacent. I've become lazy with these lav mics. It's so much easier to just clip a lav mic on me, plug it into the camera, and roll. You know, I have this microphone, and in my earlier videos, you can see this microphone in frame. This is a $200 microphone, and I normally have it boomed above my head to get really great audio for my videos. But then I have to set it up and put up the boom pole and run the cable into there, and you know, it's a lot of work. And that's just it. I've become lazy. So from here on in, this is probably going to be the last video that you guys ever catch me with a lav mic. And the reason that I'm even using the lav mic in this video is because I'm going to be moving around. And when you have a microphone boomed above your head, it needs to be a foot away from your head, pointed somewhere below your chin. And being that I'm just going to be moving around, it's going to be hard to do that, so that's why I have the lav mic in this particular video. But in the future, I promise, this microphone is going to be boomed above me whenever I'm speaking to the A camera, getting the best audio. So the issue here with me for audio is not when I'm speaking to the A camera, it's when I use the B camera. When I turn to look down, I have to hang my head down and I'm looking down at the iPad and I'm speaking, and you see the audio difference. It's because my mouth is too close to the lavalier microphone and the audio becomes muddied and it becomes just muffled. So what I'm going to do in this video is problem solve my audio issue for my B camera. And believe it or not, when I was setting up for this video, I, kind of problem solved a big issue for me right off the bat. In all of the videos that you've seen in the past, all of the audio runs out of my A camera. I never utilize the audio out of the B camera, but why not? You know, the preamps in Canon cameras are not great. And the Lumix G7, I think the preamps in those cameras are a little better. So it just dawned on me, why am I only using one microphone when I absolutely could be using the audio in my B camera when I'm doing the tutorials? So in case you don't know, whenever you see my iPad from overhead, I don't move that camera and put it into a different position. I have a B camera and I use the Lumix G7. This was my very first camera. And I just have it attached to a monopod that sits on my desk, and I have it attached to a small rig clamp. And the only thing I do to get overhead shots is I screwed the clamp into the 1/4-20 in the bottom of the camera. I take the clamp and I just mount it to the monopod. And that is how I get all of the footage when it's overlooking on the iPad. What I'm going to do in the future, instead of just running all of the audio out of the Canon SL2, my A camera, I'm going to start to utilize my B camera for the audio whenever I'm doing the tutorials. But the issue here is, how am I going to set it up so that it's A, not going to obstruct the iPad in any way, B, that I'm getting the very best and most crisp audio, see that I don't have to purchase another microphone. I want to use something that I already have in my studio because I'm sick and tired of spending money. I have so much stuff in this studio. I know that whatever issue I have something here to solve the problem. It's just a way of finding how to set it up, utilizing the tools that I already have, and making it work. So I don't watch TV anymore. I basically only watch YouTube. I don't even watch Netflix or Hulu or Amazon, nothing. I'm just focused on YouTube right now. So this means I consume a lot of videos by other creators and I see how they're using their microphones. So what I'm going to do is try to use some of the different techniques that I've seen other YouTubers use. One of my subscribers, Aaron Anderson, I popped over to his channel. He has a very successful YouTube channel. He has over 10,000 subscribers. And I was watching his video, and his microphone for his channel is a lavalier microphone, but he doesn't have it clipped to himself. He has it on some kind of setup where it's set away from his mouth, just like a regular microphone, only it's a lavalier microphone. So I'm wondering if I could potentially use that same setup for my B camera. So let's go ahead and grab a couple of samples with a lav mic in the B cam. Okay, I just plugged the DOS Best microphone into the B cam. I have to make sure that the wire doesn't get in the way. And I think maybe what I'm gonna do is just maybe clip it to the shock mount of the blue microphone. Let's see how this works. An audio sample of what the DOS Best lavalier microphone is going to sound like if I am just looking down at the iPad. And okay, so obviously I don't know how that sounds yet. What I'm going to do is do a lot of different setups with a bunch of different microphones, and I'm going to see which one sounds best. What I have here is the Neewer Vlog mic. This is the CM14. I'm going to put this somewhere, and I'm going to see, you know, where I can set it without it being in frame. And I want to see if this actually is going to work, if it's going to sound good. I don't know. Let's give it a whirl here. Got to plug it into the camera, and of course, another issue is going to be making sure that the cord is not going to be in frame, obstructing the view of the iPad, because that would just be upsetting. Now where am I going to put this thing? Because it's, maybe I could just, I mean, it's a vlog mic. Maybe I should just put it on top of the camera, right? Can I do that? And this is going to be an audio sample of the Neewer Vlog mic, and this is going to be what it sounds like if I'm facing down and I'm just looking at the iPad. I also have a Boya Vlog mic. Let me go ahead and get this set up and see if the Boya mic is going to sound any different than the Neewer Vlog mic. And this is going to be an audio sample of the Boya mic. This is like a Rode Video Micro knockoff. What I'm gonna do now is just change up the position of these microphones. Because I'm looking down, speaking to the iPad, I don't know if that's really going to be the best way to capture my voice, because my voice is going to have to go up because the microphone is right up there, and I'm facing down looking at the iPad. So even though it would be most convenient to be able to put that in the hot shoe mount, I don't necessarily think that's going to be the best audio. So let's go ahead and just move the microphones around to a couple of different areas to see which position sounds the best. To mount these microphones somewhere around the desk is going to be a little difficult because I don't have like a regular microphone stand that's going to hold a vlog mic. So what I have is another small rig clamp, and I'm just going to screw that into the 1/4-20 mount that's at the base of the shock mount on the vlog mic. And I'm going to take another little clamp. I don't think that this is a small rig clamp. I think it's just some budget clamp that I got on Amazon. I think I got 2 of them for $8. So what I'm gonna do, and there's a hole that right there that I could just screw that into. And now I need to find somewhere that I can screw this microphone onto where it's going to capture my voice. Now where am I going to put this thing? Screw it to the microphone stand here? I don't want to ruin that though. Maybe over here, maybe to the shelving unit? And this is approximately how close I normally am to the iPad whenever I'm doing a tutorial. and I'm just going along and clicking along. So right now I have it at the base of the monopod. I'm wondering if I should maybe get it up a little higher. Can you guys see it? It's up here now. Okay, so let's go ahead and see how this sounds. And this is going to be an audio sample of the Boya Vlog mic, and it is halfway up the monopod. Well, that's good. Right there. I think that might be better. So right now I moved the position of it. It's up a little higher, but this is more pointed towards my mouth. So let's go ahead and do an audio sample of what the Boya mic is going to sound like when it's halfway up the monopod. Okay, so let me go ahead and swap out this microphone for the newer microphone, the Neewer CM14. And this is going to be an audio sample of what the Neewer Vlog mic sounds like when it's halfway up the monopod, it's pointed directly at my mouth, and it has a pop filter on it. And now this is a sample of the Neewer Vlog mic, but this time I just pulled off the pop filter. And how does this sound? Final step is going to be, I'm going to take the SD card out of the B-Cam, pop it into the SD card reader, get it onto the iPad, listen to it, and see which audio option is going to be the absolute best. And I want perfect audio. So hopefully one of these guys is going to be good enough. Hopefully I'm not going to have to buy yet another microphone. I don't want to buy another microphone. I mean, obviously I will if I have to. And if I do have to purchase another microphone, I think the microphone I'm going to get is going to be the smaller version of this. So it's going to be the Deity V3 mic. Basically this particular microphone, but it doesn't have a stepless gain knob, and the form factor of it is a little smaller, and it's half the price. It's $100. I don't think I'm gonna have to do that. I think probably either that Boya mic or the Neewer mic is going to be good enough for what I'm looking for. Okay, so I'll be back in a sec. I listened to all the different audio samples with headphones, and I really think the best one is going to be the Boya Vlog mic. I think that one had the cleanest, crispest audio so far. There is one more element though that I do want to change. Now the reason this is so difficult is because when I'm looking down at the iPad, my voice bounces off the surface of the iPad. Then it's bouncing here and there, and I do have some acoustic paneling up, but it's not the best acoustic paneling. I had really nice acoustic paneling up. It was 2-inch thick acoustic paneling. The problem is it was all black. And if I wore something that was dark or black, kind of like I always do, I always seem to wear darker colors, I was getting lost. You know, I wasn't really being separated from the background. So my friend Nate from Nate's Film Tutorials, he said, why don't you go ahead and change your acoustic paneling? Get some different colors in there, and that's going to help give you separation from the background. And he was right. Having different colors would really change the look of it. However, when I got these two different colors, I mean, it's hard to even tell that they're two different colors. It's maroon and gray. I thought they both were going to be darker. So what I've done is I've ordered additional acoustic paneling, and this is 2-inch acoustic paneling as well. So what I'm going to do is take back that original black acoustic paneling that I had. I'm going to pop off different segments of it, and instead of it being all black, it's going to be black with this maroon. Hopefully, you know, the coloring is going to pop. It's going to give better acoustic treatment. I probably should do a video on how I mount my acoustic paneling, because I don't just stick it to the wall because I don't want my wall to be damaged. I use adhesive spray, and then I stick the acoustic panels to this. Basically, I glue them on. And on the back side of this, I use double-sided tape, and then I stick that to the wall. So when I go to pull down these other guys, all I have to do is just basically yank it off the wall, and I could put up whatever I want there. The wall is not damaged. It's very easy to mount. It's very easy to take down. So hopefully all of these little things that I plan on changing is going to improve the sound of my audio for all future videos, and I want to do so much better. You know, I want to put out the best quality videos for you guys. I appreciate that you take your time to come over to my channel to check them out. So the least I can do is to make sure the audio is good for you guys. I thank you so much for joining me, and until next time, wear that sunblock.